Hey everybody, Professor Steins here, and this is kind of part two for working with DocPad to kind of create a website. So first lab, we kind of threw out some HTML that did this, and kind of got DocPad to get installing. It took about 2-3 minutes after I stopped it the first time for it to actually kind of stop working. So, but let's take a look. We basically need to kind of run it now, so that would be DocPad run. And what this is going to do is going to kick up our website and throw it up on our browser. So port 9778, let's kind of look through a little bit. We should get to about right here. So you can actually kind of click the link, or you can just go up into the top and type localhost :9778. And it should get our website up and going. And you can kind of see it'll actually kind of show some stuff over here. So instead of running it through the file system like this, we're running it through here instead, which is cool. Gives us the ability. It's going to give us more ability as we work through this tutorial. So we're about to right here. We made a home page. And what we're going to do is we're going to break it up and kind of create a layout. So this would be creating kind of a second document at that page. So really we can just kind of copy and paste and type about instead. And kind of see that down here at the bottom, DocPad is still kind of doing its thing. So of course one of the downsides to this is that we would have to kind of link back to both pages. This is the About Us. No, really, let's just put both of them in there, huh? And one of the downsides is that we'd have to kind of manage this on every page, right? I want to change a link in my header, or change a link here or there. I kind of have to go through and change every single page of my website, and that's kind of a pain. You see the DocPad is kind of doing the work behind the scenes. So if I hit refresh, I still kind of have to hit refresh to go back and forth between pages. But hopefully, as we keep working, we'll find some newer and better ways to do that. So, and that's where we're about right here after we get the second page made. That's kind of what it's trying to explain. So instead, let's go out and create a page called default HTML eco in the layouts folder. So source layouts, and create a new text document. Default, what's it called? Default HTML echo, yeah. And we'll open that up in our DocPad as well. And what it's explaining is that because we're in the layouts folder, render will look into the layouts folder and try to apply things to it. So this is kind of the default template that it wants to give. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to Instead, what I'm going to do is rip out kind of the top half here, paste it, and this is ending the main tag, and rip that out and paste it. Yep. And we're going to be passing document title and content section. So really we can just kind of copy that, copy this here, document title instead of my first DocPad. Still kind of put MFD, my first DocPad, there. And then in the main section, we'll want to push the content. And also, similar to how it does that H3 tag, we probably should do it that way too. Just take out both of these parts and stick them there. Just content one time. Now, the idea here is that we're making a template, and that every page is going to inherit this template, and therefore this page should not need this or this, and this page should not need that either. This or this. And that's the idea. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to replace what's on top there with what's here. So these three little dashes are going to be our directive to pull out that information and apply it to the template page that's going to be coming in automatically. Fix some indentation here. So the title of the page will be thrown in with the H1 tag. It'll also, H1 tag here, it'll also be in the title tag in the head section. The layout that we're looking for is the default.html.echo layout. And yes, it is a page. We'll also want to do this to the other one too, here. So we'll call it my first DocPad. It is a page. About this website. That way we can kind of see a difference. And let me just chop out some lorem ipsum here. So, if we've been keeping a look over here in the background, is that the guy that's been running here has been, every time we hit the save button, it does something. Well, it's been saying for a while now that it doesn't know how to do the eco deal. So it's kind of weird how they do it in the website like this, but you know, they're kind of walking you through how to do the template, but it's technically not working, which is why I haven't been checking it. But it kind of explains what's going on here. This is the command that we're going to need. So if I go back down to the bottom, it's still kind of running, so I need to hit Control-C to stop it. And I'll need to run that command, which is DocPad install eco. And run that. Hopefully this one won't take too long. And once installed, we'll have to run it again. And that didn't seem to take too long. DocPad run. Doing some things. So let's take a refresh this time. Should still look like a real website. A view source of it, it's going to look like a real website. But those files no longer have, are no longer built that way, basically. It kind of really made a difference in the template. So it's really neat how it does that. The benefit, of course, is being that it's so much easier to manage your template file and assume that every page is going to be different and just going to be thrown in at a certain section. So, about this website, my first DocPad. You know, if I really wanted to kind of change this to Keith McDonald or something. Hit refresh. Yep. Keith, or am I thinking Keith? Nope. It's gotta wait for it to do its magic in the background first. Let's see. See over here, kind of hit and refresh before it's actually able to regenerate stuff. I need to slow my roll a little bit. So it's pretty neat. I was able to change the header on both pages from one file. If I really wanted to kind of change even the menu, that would be so much easier. I just could do that. I gotta wait. There we go. No services page, not found, but that link would be changed on every page. Also could be using site relative roots here. So if I was in my render folder, and I wanted to make a services folder, and services is going to have, really I should just kind of copy this guy at this point. An index page. I want to make a second one. Alright, Windows, why are you acting weird like that? Okay. Construction. Kind of take a look at those. But if I go back to my Ecode template, have a services/index.html folder, construction/services/construction.html. I'll wait for it to finish its deal over here first. So there's my home page, my about page, my services page, my construction page. The template's being kind of applied automatically. I can come back in and fix this guy, change it to construction, start making kind of every page unique and on its own. It's just really, it's beautiful. It really is. We construct things. I need to slow my roll. There we go. We construct things. So that's with the templating engine. And this guy's explaining what's going on here and the difference between using the equal sign and the template. Like with DocPad here, it's escaping it. This guy is not escaping it, just the dash is not escaping the HTML, which is why we can create kind of our own HTML in here. If we try to put HTML in the title tag, it wouldn't work because it would be escaped. So pretty sure it would be. Maybe we can try, but pretty sure this is that would be on the about page. I see it's escaped. It rendered that out for me. That would be the difference between that single dash and that equals. This would not be escaped. This is escaped. And that's what that's explaining here. Lots of other plugins. I mean, that's beautiful on its own. You can obviously add other tags in here. So if you wanted to add a meta tag, name equals description, content equals same deal as what's up there, kind of to these. We could just call it description. And then in our HTML pages, we would have to throw a new one at it. Description. Yep, description. This is the first time we've tried this. Let's let it do its render, kind of go back to the home page. View the page source. There's our meta description tag. There's our other stuff that, our content that we pass through it. If I go to a different page about us or something, that content is just going to be blank. It's pretty neat, huh? This isn't a good tool to add in too. DocPad install live reload. So I'm going to hit Control C to stop this and install that one. DocPad install live reload. And hit enter. Oh, because it's not going to work. Server's not running. Dir. It looked like it threw some errors up there. Let's see. Looks like it wants to work. Maybe I should stop this. So what live reload is going to do is going to make it so that we have to stop hitting the refresh button nearly as often. You can also define other blocks or create other style include pages and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of putting in the script block down here at the bottom, adding assets into it. It's really neat. Even talks about how to make a style sheet. You can use SAS as well, or some kind of other one as well. Alright, now let's I thought it was done. I guess it was fine. Let's try it again. DocPad run. It says it's plugged in. It should be good. Let's localhost 9778. I'm not sure it's running out of the box though. Let's go back and look here. We are on the index page, the home page. That's this page. It says welcome to page. If I typed in welcome to KMP, there, live reload. I did not. Yeah, I think we're going to have to add this script block at the bottom for it to work in the eco file, just inside the body tag. This will get our scripts and write them in. Alright, worked on refresh. Let's go back to home page and type in some exclamation points. Hit save. See how over in the right hand side, I'm not actually focusing into the browser, but every time I hit the save button over here, the guy, the box here, every time I hit save, it's reloading the page, as soon as it kicks up down there at the bottom, it auto reloads my browser in the background. Again, just really kind of a beautiful thing to behold. That you don't have to use the refresh button nearly as much, way nearly as much. So they do kind of suggest putting folders in static folders. So if I wanted really to kind of make a CSS folder or maybe a JavaScript folder, I think it should go here. If I created me like a style.css, and then in my template, these are all in kind of different folders, right? But in my template, I should just be able to kind of come up here to the top and link that sucker in, href slash css slash style.css. I think this will work. Where'd my CSS file go? I need to write something into it if I want it to work, right? Body, background, color, blue. Let's see. I think that would work. Yeah, see, I remember in the background it turned blue. Maybe I want to turn the foreground color white. It's just fun stuff. It really is. So it just makes writing stuff so much faster. If I really had my windows positioned really well, I wouldn't even really have to flip back and forth. I can kind of just stay here and kind of be working on all my files, bring it all together. Notice I'm using the slash here. This is pointing to the root of the website. If I was that link would not work if I was trying to run it locally, which actually technically in this environment I can't really run it that way. It's going to talk about some other stuff. Adding assets, I think, is what I just talked about. Is it really should be putting stuff in static folder. Although I'm pretty sure you can put CSS elsewhere. Actually, it said to put it in the render folder. Maybe I should kind of move it. Just cut those and put them in render instead. I think static was just for kind of images. If I wanted to put an image, I'd put it in static folder. Or documents, Word documents, PDF documents, those kinds of things. I don't think that's actually going to affect our page. I think it's going to be fine. Again, you kind of look at it, it doesn't put the render, the static, it doesn't really put that in the path, so you should be able to kind of find it. Although, say that. I say that. No. Oh, it wants it, just like using the script block, it wants it as a style block. CSS slash style.css. That's my CSS file, right? Yeah, I think that'll get it back right. I'll say that. Maybe it actually really wants that folder structure. Styles. Source render, style, style.css. And then in eco template. still not finding it. Give block styles. Well, let's shoot, I had it working better before. I guess maybe we should put it back the way it was. It does technically work. I'm still kind of thinking that should work. CSS. I have to kill it and restart it. Yeah, it still shouldn't be there. I'm missing something. Video's got me buggered. Let's move, did know that these two things that work in static, so I guess we'll just move them back. Not 8080. That's a different thing. 9778. Ah, it works so well. Control C to quits. And let's try it again. DocPad run. DocPad run. Yeah, maybe I just needed to start and stop it when we moved it over. No, anyway, let's yeah, I'm getting stuck, so let's go down to the important part. You could definitely do a lot of other crazy stuff and doing crazy stuff, like putting active versus inactive and other crazy stuff. But really, let's just flip into deployment real quick, because eventually you're probably going to want to turn this into me or make it go somewhere. And you can deploy it in lots of different places. But this is basically what we're going to need to probably do. DocPad generate -- environment static. So let's kill it and try to run that command. DocPad generate -- env static. So if I look in the out folder, here's my pages. They're all kind of built. I can open up and look at them. Although I guess the CSS file is buggered. Oh, it's because we're using the slash on the front. Again, this would not really run locally because of the way the slashes are on the front. None of the stuff would link together. Construction link's not going to work. The other deal that I kind of had there was np open up another command line. HTTP-server is a different server for Node. So this would actually kick up the static site that's inside of the other site on localhost 8080. And I should get my greens there. So anyway, it saves, it took a long time to kind of get it working, but when you consider the fact that you can really just move these things into different pages, it's just, I feel the magic, really do. No, well, I didn't actually click on another page, but it should have worked. Now I can kind of click all around my site and whatnot. Without a web server in play, without a templating engine in play, it makes life difficult, but there are cooler and more advanced ways to do things. It built it all out automatically, didn't it? You still have to kind of go into the validator and check it, though. And it's not really good about fixing those kind of errors. There's a desktop, KMP, out folder. So if you were turning it into me, I'd probably just want that out folder. Fashion language, set my car types. Anyway, hope the video was interesting. Hopefully I convinced somebody to try it. It could really help with the final project, or even Keith McDonald if you try to pick it up now. So anyway, video's dragging on. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Have a good one. Bye.